Okay, we're back for we're going to call this take two. This is our interview with Con Shelton of Shelton Construction. If you're just joining us, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, and I'm pretty sure it was on my end. So I wanted to get that straightened out so everybody could hear what Con had to say. So Con, I'm going to let you pick up where you were. Go ahead and I think you were getting ready to start telling us about the business, or actually you were getting ready to start telling us about you as far as introducing yourself to folks who may not know you.
Okay, yeah. So I'm Con Shelton with Shelton Construction. Born and raised here in Davie County, 56 years of it. I'm married to my beautiful bride of 30 years, Ramonda Shelton. And we have two boys that we absolutely adore. Haynes is our oldest, he's 26, and Hunt is our youngest, and he's 21. Haynes lives in Marietta, Georgia, and Hunt just finished his junior year at App State, and we're delighted to have him home for the summer, and he is actually going to start his internship with his construction management major with us on Monday.
Well, good.
So delighted to have him home for the summer, maybe teach him a little bit more about the building world.
Yeah, well, that worked out. That's going to work out well then. I'm sure you are excited to have him home. I think it was a little unexpected for all these kids to just come home one weekend and never go back.
Yeah, spring break lasted a long time.
That's right. We had that situation happen at our house for sure. So Mason, he actually just finished up his freshman year this past week. So he's on to the next year, but we're doing it from home. So, well, Con, go ahead and if y'all see me looking down, it's because I'm reading the questions that I have for him on my phone. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about Shelton Construction, especially maybe some things that people, maybe they don't know. Just tell us some general information about the business.
Okay, so we're obviously licensed general contractors. My dad and I work together. We have two divisions. We have a residential, primarily a custom built-in, houses renovation, and then my dad looks after our commercial division. I think a lot of times people associate Shelton Construction with just doing residential work, and I just wanted to bring him in and let folks know that they have some metal buildings or some retrofits and some existing buildings out there in businesses. He's pretty good at it. He's had 40 years of experience at it.
Yeah.
So we can offer anything sort of under the gamut in the building world.
Okay.
We have an unlimited license, and we're been fortunate over the years to stay local and create a really good name, really big in the quality and customer service. We found out that not necessarily how fast you can do a job, is how long is that a house or building we want to last for hundreds of years if possible.
Right. Well, I know you mentioned earlier when we first got on the first time that you actually are talking to us from your office in downtown Moxville. And I'm looking at the pictures behind you that are obviously Davie County pictures. So do you want to mention anything about where your office is located? So, because I know that you all are relatively new, or it seems like you've been relatively new in that downtown area. So where folks would be able to find you?
Yeah, so we're at 110 West Depot Street, just right on the square, downtown Moxville. And it's been really fun to have an office. Before this coronavirus, it's really busy downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You can jump into the local restaurants, local merchants, and get a lot of walk-in traffic. So it's been really fun here in downtown Moxville. We really enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, well, it is a good location. And I think being in downtown, it just has a special vibe to it anyhow. So hopefully that vibe's going to be coming back pretty soon as things start to reopen. But yeah, I did want you to be able to mention where you all were located. So, well, tell us a few things about how this coronavirus has affected your business. Maybe some things that you all are having to do differently that you might want to share.
Okay. Yeah. So we've obviously taken the virus very seriously, and being an essential business, it's nice that we have been able to somewhat continue on and complete some projects that we have going.
Mm-hmm.
We really got together and thought about what we needed to do, and I think the number one thing we did, we really took the social distancing very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So we started limiting the amount of subcontractors, the amount of people that we would send into, if it's a new home or a renovation or even some of these bigger commercial projects that we do. We're just very aware of what's going on, and masks, we keep those in our truck, and if we need them, they're handy, and we'll use them from time to time. And of course, hand sanitizer. We're trying to abide by all the regulations that are out there as well.
Right.
But I think limiting the number of folks in each job site has really been beneficial.
Yeah. Well, that's important for you all to be able to recognize those things that you need to do and you can do in order for you to still be able to serve the customers that you serve. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell us something that Shelton Construction offers that people may not be aware of.
Well, I think I hinted on this a few minutes ago. You know, I think most people just really think of Shelton Construction on the residential side,
right,
which I'm super proud of. You know, we built a top quality home. So I think they don't realize how much renovation work that I do. I'd say 40% of my business is going in and retrofitting, maybe a kitchen, master bath, outside kitchens, you know, even do swimming pools. There's a lot of different things out there that's part of your home that, you know, we really enjoy working with our customers and can do it in a very efficient way. End result, you get a great project.
Right.
And then I think the second thing would be on the commercial side. You know, my dad does a lot of work with the bigger buildings and commercial outfits, and you know, just I'd like for people to keep that in mind as well.
Okay. Well, now you piqued my interest. You said swimming pools. So you all don't put in pools?
No, we typically, if we're there building a home, it's not unusual once we get there for people to add on things, particularly on a renovation project. So I do have a local person that puts in pools. Okay. So I'll bring him in and subcontract, and mainly I'm just managing that section of the renovation. Okay. Whether I'm doing finishing basements are really big, that do tons and tons of those, and but a lot of times, you know, pools are really nice, and people don't really know how to go about and get it started and what all is involved with it, and I put in cement, and I have a really good sub that does that, so it's a really painless process, and they're great. Ramonda and I have always had pools where we've lived. We love them. Yeah,
well, I'm sure having somebody who can kind of oversee that project, especially if you have another construction project going on, that just, I mean, it just makes it so much more seamless, and so somebody else to kind of handle that for you so you can move the project along. So I'm sure that comes in handy for the customer as well.
I think so. It takes a lot of guesswork out of what they really need to be doing, what they need to be looking for.
Right. Yeah. Well, as far as the renovations you mentioned, do you find that now as folks have been at home a little bit more, are they thinking of projects or calling you about projects that they may be wanting to consider now?
I think so. I think we're gearing up. I think we're going to see a big surge on that side of the building world. I really do. Now, I know every time you go in Lowe's or Home Depot, it's absolutely packed, and I always keep a keen eye out and see what people are buying. So it looks like a lot of folks are working on their decks and, you know, working in their yard. But I think as people are at home, I think they're looking around and they're seeing some things. I don't know if I can tackle this. Maybe we ought to get professional in here. So you know, we're thinking there might be a big surge in renovation, and as I said earlier, we love renovation projects. They're so much fun, and people just get a kick out of it, and those before and after shots are just fabulous. You know, really enjoy it. I really enjoy doing those.
Yeah, I always enjoy seeing the before and after pictures too, especially, when it's in an older home that you're really kind of bringing it, a little bit more in today's world, but not using or not losing, especially some of the character of the older home. So I think that's important to have somebody who can keep that in mind, so you don't lose value on the home in the long run.
Oh yeah, you're really adding a lot of value to the home. They're fun. People, they just love them. They just can't believe how good you can come in and make something look like they're just tickled to death. Usually when we get through with a renovation project.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we've not done a lot of renovation here at our house, but we're one of those people who are sort of making that little list in the back of our minds, I think, because we've been home a lot. So.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you one more question. This was the last one that I sent. As a builder, what is your favorite thing about the line of work you're in?
I love all my customers. That customer relationship that you build, it's just second to none. It's a process when you're building a house.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really gratifying. As long as I've been doing it 30 years now, it is so interesting that people walk into your office, maybe a rendering off a computer, just a small little drawing on a napkin, and you can develop that into a set of blueprints, and 6 or 7 months later, you've built them their dream home, and you think about all the memories and all the special moments they're going to have in their home. And it's always neat for me when I finish up, when I'm pulling away, I always roll out the blueprint, and I look back at that house, and I'm thinking, man, now how neat is that to be able to replicate something that takes 7, 8, 9 months sometimes to develop, but there it is. It's a really, really great feeling, and I've never gotten tired of it at all.
Yeah, and I'm sure too, you probably found that with a lot of those customers, I imagine, probably turned into probably good friends.
Oh, absolutely. I've made so many friends in the building process, and I've been doing it really so long. I've built second homes and third homes for some of these people, and primarily rely referrals. It's just been a really good way to make a living, really.
Yeah.
I've just thoroughly enjoyed it.
Wow.
Met fantastic people over the years.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, Con, I think that was all that I had for you. Is there anything else you want to chime in on, or anything else you want to mention before we hop off?
Well, just want everybody to stay safe out there, and we'll be glad when things can get back to normal, and be nice to see all of our friends and just see everyone again.
That's right.
Be nice to get back to normal.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. Well, Con, I appreciate it, and I apologize for the technical difficulty earlier, and also my dog that decided to have a barking fit. So your interview will be one to remember. So. But
thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate it. So tell Ramonda I said hello, and you all have a nice weekend, and it was good to talk to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.